obviously having some issues now. As you can see, the Assyrians, they have great war infantry, so they're already one step above us. So we're going to really have to get with it in order to catch up with them. So hopefully we can do that, which I don't really perceive it as a problem, because in 5 turns we'll have the exact same technology. And I've come to a point where, you know, everyone on this continent pretty well hates me. People on the other continents pretty well hate me. We might as well go ahead and just go full force. Of course, the Netherlands are basically insulting us again, and they're not even on the same continent. So we might as well get started with war. I believe Assyria is the biggest threat. Austria is obviously not really a threat anymore, never has been, because they're down to just one city. But we still need to be on our toes in case the Austrians decide to counterattack. Now, the French requested us to not pass science funding, so we're going to vote against that to keep our promise to the French. As for Boston, we really need to focus on things that'll provide money. We're going to put Boston just as a wealth producer for now. We finished a cargo ship in Philadelphia, so let's go ahead and make another one. And let's go to our trade routes. See, Washington to Vilnius. Are we doing one of those? No, we are not. So we're going to send our cargo ship to Washington. It'll give us 19 gold per turn once we get it there and get it going. We finished a stock exchange in Salzburg. Salzburg is really not the best. We need stuff to provide happiness, sadly. And I don't think we're going to get that for quite a while. And let's see, the French are our friends, but they don't have any luxuries for us. The Romans have nothing for us. How about our old ally, the Shakas? Shaka, there we go. And of course, they all call me the bloodthirsty one. I really haven't done anything that horrendous against them. Alright, in 1 turn we'll have a courthouse built in Halab and 3 in Kar Tuluti Nirata. So once we get those finished, our happiness should go back up. And everything should be much better. We're going to be spending a lot of money here in 4 turns upgrading our riflemen to great war infantry, because right now the Assyrians have that and we don't. I don't think it would be logical to attack them with just riflemen. Of course, we're still building the Eiffel Tower in New York, I find very interesting. Washington is at kind of a no-grow point. Alright, the science funding failed and the luxury ban of copper failed. Alright, let's check, see what they're doing this time. They have not made any proposals yet. Okay, Halab finished the courthouse. Let's build a coliseum. It's for happiness. We're going to establish a trade route with Vilnius. We'll get 20 gold per turn doing that. And we should build on those there. Make sure all of our units are within the territory so we can make sure they get upgraded. And I think it will be a necessity to get a road constructed to this city. I really don't like the name of it, so we're going to change it. It's too hard for me to pronounce. There, that's somewhat similar, I think. Carlotta. We'll name it Carlotta. Much, much easier. Alright. And we still have workers all over the place, improving the homeland and improving lands that we've acquired. Looks like Austria is not too concerned about us. We were just denounced by China. Not at all surprising. The only people that are friendly with us is France, and they are technically, I think, the superpower of the game right now. France and Suleiman have gone to war, so I fear for Suleiman, because as you can see... Oh, Netherlands, they're mad at me for voting against their proposal. I really don't care. And The Romans have completed Lavore. I'm interested to see how this war between the Ottomans and France comes out, because, I mean, look at France. France is gigantic. They've conquered all of the Chinese cities except for Shanghai, which is now the Chinese capital. And Nanjing, that was actually Chinese, and it was conquered by the French. Very interesting, even for AI. Alright, our troops are getting pulled into the borders here. 2 turns until we have replaceable parts. And of course we need to give them orders just to stand there. Not much we can do for another couple turns, because like I said, I do want to get this war going, but I do not want to attack when we have, not as good technology compared to them. China and Persia are now friends. Of course, Persia is just a little empire up here to the north, and there's not much to their empire, at least from what I could see. I haven't done a whole lot of exploring here lately. Looks like Assyria made peace with Rome, and then Rome denounced them. So I mean, I think it's funny how they declare peace, but then they go right back to denouncing each other. So it's like a never-ending, cussing each other out, and then eventually going right back to war. All notifications. Carlotta finished the courthouse. Excellent. We need to let's build a public school. We're going to increase our science. Washington is, let's build Broadway. That'll give us some culture. And the city is not growing. Now it is. Okay, 1 turn until it goes up. My goodness. So we're going to have more unhappiness issues, but we'll just have to take it one step at a time. Let's see, Salzburg. We can build amphitheater, aqueduct, cardiversary. Let's build the aqueduct so we can increase that. Trade route, establish. Let's see. Did this one have a previous trade route, or did we just build this? I don't see a previous one. I want to make sure we pick the highest paying trade route. Washington to Wellington says it would be the, let's see. Okay, we don't have one, so good. Well, we're going to move this trade ship to Washington. Of course, that obviously is the best port. It's our best city. Alright, end turn. 1 turn, people, and the Statue of Liberty will be available. I don't know if someone built that or not yet, but considering we're the United States, I think we should build that. So we will probably cancel Broadway, even though Broadway is also in the United States. But I want to do the Statue of Liberty because it requires... Okay, never mind. We can't do it. I'm sorry. We have to have freedom, and we don't have freedom. So we'll just continue with Broadway. Sorry, America. We are a communist state, pretty much. So we cannot have the Statue of Liberty. Alright, Colombo seeks protection. These city-states just get so annoying after a while. I really don't care what they want, or... I mean, it just bugs the crap out of me. Apparently, we are the top amount of gold in the treasury, 1,864, with second place being only 378, so that goes to show how little amount of money that people are getting. Alright, Vienna, how about you build us some walls, go to our tenants, and universal healthcare, social realism. Is there anything that could help with happiness? Workshop factories, solar nuclear hydro plants, increase happiness. Now we're up to 13. Much more acceptable. Alright, let's establish trade route with Wellington, get 19 gold per turn. Look at our gold per turn, people. We are really starting to come up. So let's change Boston to a military base. It'll give Boston, obviously, more of protection. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade all of our infantry around Carlotta. It costs 200 gold per turn, so I mean, this is a very expensive upgrade. And I want to upgrade all of our troops stationed in the cities, because I just think it's necessary to have a modern army. And don't forget that one. We are out of money. We could not upgrade that last one that's stationed in Carlotta. Alright. China and the Mayans, friends, and public declaration of China. Nothing too terribly interesting. Nothing I need to hear. The Chinese are kind of a pathetic, weak country now. We really need to get a road connected from Atlanta to Carlotta as soon as possible. Wellington looks elsewhere. We have the technology for aluminum now, but I don't know if we have any aluminum anywhere to be worked. I would have to check the resource icon, which I'm not too concerned at the moment. Which might as well look. Aluminum, we've got 3 aluminum here that we could work with, and we obviously don't have any being worked. And that's all there is in our entire empire. There is 3 aluminum down here, and we have pearls. We haven't worked with those. Aluminum is kind of an importance eventually, and we'll get a small amount of it when we conquer Assyria. Alright, production in Philadelphia. Let's build a stock exchange. And let's move our troops closer to Dur-Sharunkan, because that's probably going to be the city we hit first. And our gold per turn has went down dramatically. I mean, it was 40 something, now it's 27, so obviously something has happened there. Oh, trade route. We have a trade route to establish. Let's just move it to Washington, because it seems like every logical trade route we need would just be with Washington. Alright, this one was to Alundi plus 17 per turn. We're going to also move that one to Washington. Might as well just have them all in Washington, why not? And we're going to keep our troops stationed inside Salzburg, because it costs less to keep them stationed within cities. I think we'll do the same with the Gatling guns and cavalry. We're going to pull them down south and put them in the cities, so we actually can start saving money. And it looks like the Chinese possibly just shot down some kind of enemy ship. I don't know who the Chinese are at war with, but it dragged me in to watch it. Mainly because we have a spy in China. Okay. Alrighty. I really don't know if I should attack or not, because looks like we're working on plastics next, which would lead to infantry and even better infantry, which I think we should focus on something else. Open tech tree. We could do biology, it would give us oil, another trade route, which would lead to submarines. But we also need flight, but we need oil before we can have flight, so let's discover oil. Atlanta, we want a stock exchange. And you workers that have been cutting down in the jungle for so long, you're going to be put to work making a new road. Vienna, so we have 10 coal, let's make another factory. I really don't want to attack just yet. We obviously want to get our troops as close as possible. What does that mean? Golden Age from victories. Earn points towards a golden age for each enemy killed. Well, wonder how he got that. We need troops around the southern part of the city so we can attack them from all sides. So if we're going to make an even, relatively good attack, we need to move them. Alright, let's establish with Marseille. It's a French port, trade route, and another one. Let's do Samkrad. That's the most money coming from it. Someone adopted freedom. So it looks like freedom is really taking hold throughout the world. I wouldn't have mind doing freedom, but it seems like every time I play, they go for order or they go for autocracy. And I don't mind autocracy. I like some of the benefits from it. And order would be okay too, but I just don't like switching once I create one. Looks like Assyria is pretty well alert to what we're doing. Hopefully they don't require me to pull back or attack before I'm ready, because if you say, okay, I'll pull back and then attack, it gives you a nasty bonus which the whole world will know. And technically we only have one AI in the game who's friendly with us. Someone just stole military technology from us. Wonderful. Alright, we have 3 units to the south. We'll send a 4th one to kind of come up over here. And then these 3 units will be attacking from the east. So we'll have 2 from the west and 2 from the south and 3 from the east. And that'll be the plan for attack. Alright, Salzburg, build us an armory. Workers, you just finished a cattle pen. Why don't you build a farm? You guys are working on a mine. I have no idea what kind, but probably just a regular mine. Troops, you remain alert. Actually, we're going to pull them back to kind of lower suspicion. I really don't want to get, make them think we're going to attack them right away.